Gonna make the profiles boom, 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 boom. What it is, I'm gonna tell you what it is today right here on Gunner's Profiles. What it is, indubitably, right? Is real talk, real life by a real one who really did that. You don't think I did it? Sake, that's your opinion. Because you're living in a material world, material. Orale, you're a material girl, Holmes. You don't believe me, right? Indubitably, we're not talking about added preservatives, fake shit, drama, a whole lot of say that's for your mama, right? We're not going to talk about that over here. It's not fake. Right here is real. Already, Gunner's Profiles. Now, trip out, as you can tell by the thumbnail, we lost another one and another one. Little Travieso, okay? Colorado rapper, Latino. That's what matters to me, okay? Another one. When will it stop? Gun violence. Stand down, right? Yeah, we'll hold. It just seems like every week we're losing rappers constantly. And I know a lot of people say, well, that's street politics. That's gang business, Holmes. What do you expect to happen? You know what you signed up for? So I was getting menudos down in direct fashion. Motherfuckers didn't sign up to die, okay? Yeah, they know it's part of the game. It can happen, but nobody wants that to happen. Especially when it's a young, talented rapper like Little Travieso coming up and putting on for his gente and putting on for his people. Now, I listen to this guy's music. Mama tried. This is Mama tried, right? She definitely tried and it didn't work out. And this man he was an inspiration to a lot of the youth. A lot of the youngsters looked up to him. You know, when you see a youngster doing it that has talent, that you can see, maybe he could be that one. So he could be our Pac, right? He could be major in the game and they lose their life at a young, tender age of like 28 years old. That's young, eh? You know what I mean? I've lived double that already. Okay, I'm proud to say I'm still here. Barely, but I'm still here. Okay, I don't feel like it in the morning. My back hurts and shit. So I was good, Tony. I'm still gonna beat your ass, right? That's just what it is. But you see people like Lil Travieso, you know, people like Blackie Fontana, people like Tito B, people like Little TYS, people like fucking Lil JoJo, people like Briss. Just all these different individual young rappers. What is his name? Triple X Extension, right? All these younger rappers are dying. Okay? The game is real. Okay? It's crossed over. I've said it before, and I'll say it again for content purposes. Right? Shit has happened, and with a guy like Lil Travieso, I take it to the heart because I followed him. I followed his music. I think he popped out a while back, and I liked his music. I seen he was doing it in a Southsider fashion. I respected his gangster. I respected that. Everyone has the movement that they push. Everyone has the love for their cultura and their people, and I don't knock it, man. It doesn't matter where you're from. I'm not biased. I don't give a fuck. Maybe back in the days, I'd be like, fuck that, puto. But nowadays, I'm like, hey, if the Vato could rap, he could rap. Music is universal, man. That's what I pay attention to. Latinos are even more universal, right? We're everywhere. Bang, bang. Acknowledge us, right? And so to see someone like that, of that caliber, of, coming up in the game, torn down, riddled by bullets, getting hit, I feel some type of way. I feel like, who can we run to? Who can we tell? Who the fuck can we voice our opinion to say, man, enough is enough. Stop. We're taking our own talent off the streets. We're doing it ourselves. Okay? With gang violence. There's always been gang violence. There always will be. Okay? But when are you going to get over the fact that fucking it doesn't make you cool to shoot someone? So I've been there, done that. I already know. And not allegedly. It's real life, right? You might feel all pumped up and juiced up for the minute, but then later on you're all scared and paranoid because everyone's telling on you and you got to run and wiggle. You can't even go back to your barrio or your neighborhood or wherever you think you're going, homes, because those are the same motherfuckers that are going to give you up on pyro, right? Straight up. It gets ugly. So anyways, Lil Travieso, he was young. It's unfortunate. He rapped in a couple of his songs about his child, just trying to make a way for his daughter, just trying to put fucking some bacon on the motherfucking plato, just trying to bring the money home. He wasn't in it for the views. He wasn't in it for the clout. He wasn't in it for the fucking notoriety. That will come, if you're talented and if you're really out there doing something. This guy was in it to get that bag and to change his and his child's life. And it's an unfortunate situation. Me, myself, raising my daughter, by myself, I was like, damn, this one hits home, eh? I could only imagine her waking up and him not being there anymore. Kids become used to that father figure. They become used to their dad, and now he's gone. Why? Because people wanted to hate, or because he was caught up in that cycle of gang violence. Now, I've said it before and I'll say it 2 times again for your mind, right? Menudo. When you're a rapper, okay, and you're really about that bag and you're really trying to make a difference for your life, not necessarily everyone else's. If they like your shit, they like your shit, homes. You know, that's just the way it goes. If they don't, Sasuke, walk on by, just keep it moving, right? You got to separate what you were doing on the streets. You know, it doesn't mean you're not a real one anymore. Real ones from the barrio, from the hoods, will understand. Real ones. The ones that, hey, you're always going to be, hey, Sasuke, we're going to go put in work. Charlie, Holmes, what happened in the Biggie movie? Do you guys remember what his homeboy said? Let me take this case, Holmes. Go put on for us, man. Go make that bread. He took that case for his people because he knew that Davato was talented. And Davato had a chance to get up out the hood. And Davato had a child. And he said, you know what? I'm a real motherfucker, bro. I know that strap was yours, allegedly, right? But so I'm going to go ahead and run that. You know what I mean? Just can you look out for me when you're rich or shit? And he did, you know? The reciprocation was real, man. The get backs was even realer. And that's just how it is. Now, someone of Travieso's caliber that was barely coming up in the game, putting on for the brown people. You don't see it like that. And a lot of people don't. I do, though. You know, whether you intend to put on for the brown people, Sasuke, he's one of ours. He's one of ours. Doesn't matter if he's from the north, from the south. Brown is brown. That's it. Straight up. That's what I learned a long time ago. You know what I mean? And it's like that in prison. It's like that incarcerated. Let me tell you a story. Sit down here. Knowledge you definitely won't get at Hilt College, right? There was plenty of times where, and let me tell you a story, man. It's by proxy, man. It was told to me, and it's a fucking actual factual. The dude who told me is from the Southern California. Real as they come. He's got more respect for me than a lot of people on earth. Sasuke, my dad is like, why you respect him more than me? Sasuke, he's realer. I'm just gonna be real, right? Look, Vato was on the Yarda New Folsom. He was somebody on that yard. And at that time, what had happened was they had taken the Norteños got off, right? People got off, and the Norteños had lost their weight pile. The Southsiders had lost their weight pile. There was a lockdown situation because people kept fucking flighting on the weight pile. People kept doing pegadas, removals, and things right there on the fucking weight pile, right? It just kept happening. And so what fucking happened was, administration was like, okay, look, if you guys do one more move, it doesn't matter who does it, black, white, brown, north, south, if there's one more movida that happens right there on that weight pile, we're going to snatch all your guys' weights up. You guys ain't going to have shit. This is back when they still had weights, right? So there was kind of an unspoken rule, you know, an unspoken rule, like, hey, trip out, we're not going to fucking, we're not going to do that, right? We're not going to do nothing. And it kind of went out there. And that's just how it was, right? So it went out there, the filter was filtered to every race, to everybody. Like, hey, man, don't do a movida on the weight pile because, you know, if we lose our weights over the next people, there's going to be repercussions for every action, right? So the Vato told me it went down like that, you know, like, hey, and for a while, nothing happened. But what happened was the Africano brothers who function on the same side as the Norteños decided, if for no other reason, to get off on one of their own right there on the weight pile, right? So of course, when this shit happened, what the administration did was they kind of backpedaled. They decided that if for no other reason, they should take the Norteño bars, the Norteño weights away from them, and everyone else could still have theirs except for the brothers and the Norteños, right? Now the brothers are fragmented; they're split up. There's Crips, there's Sangres, there's whatever there is. Whoop de whoop boop boop boop. 415 Kumis, Jamas. So the Norteños were like, damn, bro, these motherfuckers done got us, right? You know, so they were feeling some type of way. So when they came out to the yard, I'm sure the intentions were to get off. Now, he doesn't know if the Norteños were going to get off, if they were mad. But he's seen that there was only like 10 or 15 Norteños on this yarda. And him and his celly, who were basically the ones on that yard, right? The Southsiders, from a distance, seeing the Norteños, you know, preparing for guerra. There wasn't a lot of them, humps. But hey, somos pocos pero locos, homie. Right? They were down to handle their business. La primera shit. But the Africanos started to get deep around them. Right? They knew what time it was. And they were very deep. There was about 50 of them on this yard. And they started to... And so the Southsiders, the Vato Selly said, hey, you know what? We're not going to let the brown people go out like that. Right? They got up, walked over there, and said, hey, are you guys good? The Africano scene was like, oh, shit. Hold on now. You best believe this. The brothers are strong, pero the SA is the deepest, right? And everything kind of dissipated, man. And the Southsiders told the Norteños, hey, man, look, we got bars over here, bro. We know this, and that. And they worked something out. Eventually, the administration gave the Norteños back their bars. And it was what it was. Fuck, a year later, they took everyone's weights anyway, so none of that shit mattered. I say that to say this, okay? It's not a fucking black and brown fucking fighting thing. It's more of, you never know when North and South would come together. It's not always about that, man. It's about brown unity, man. It's about the people, man. Hey, it's about being in the oil, man, or being in the shoe, man, and seeing the opposition slide in. He ain't got no camaradas or no homeboys on that tira, so you make him a care package and slide it one time. It's about respect. You know damn well if that motherfucking door pops, it's time to get off where you're mad at, right? That's a fucking fact. It's been happening. It's going to stay happening, right? But at the same time, man, hey, I feel bad if I'm eating a sopa and there's a brown man next to me starving. And a black man, I'll slide him a sopa too. Hey, fuck with it one time, my brother. The white boys, you're on your own. Sprinkle them in. Hey, here's a sopita. Orale. They probably won't take it in. We don't eat from the different races. Well, besides, yeah, I do. Give it to me, right? Give it to me. Give me that street. That's what. Say what? Right? Shoot that fucking sopita. Chili too? Orale. You know my style, right? But that, it's unfortunate when we lose a brown rapper in the game that's coming up and he's young, right? You know, Vatos like Night Owl who succumbed, you know, this past summer, him and Tito B, who actually were in the game for a while, and they ended up catching that shit and then dying, passing away, man. Very unfortunate, man. Shocked the whole Raza community. It happened within a day of each other. From north to south, people were in mourning and still are. You know, we can't believe Tito B's gone, you know. That's Tito B the villain, man. He was doing his shit. And then, of course, Night Owl, man, played an intricate part into the history of Chicano rap. No denying that, man. You know, like I said, I talked to that man 2 weeks before he passed, and it was a lightweight, good conversation, you know, low key. But you know, it was an honor and a privilege to talk to somebody like that, of that caliber, man, that actually did a lot for the cultura, because I got love for the gente, man, for the people, by the people. So, you know, it was righteous. Now, a youngster like this, I wish I could have came across him, man. He probably would have got off on me because he was mad, right? Activating function. But at the same time, I got a lot of respect for the talent that people possess. Doesn't matter what color you are. Talent is talent, right? But like I've been saying, I'll say it again. Say it again. Say it with your chest. Already, Wes Watson, right? I'll say it with my chest on Paru, that if a motherfucker is out there in the streets, really gangbanging, really living that life and into that shit still, well, guess what? You're going to reap what you sow, man. You can't serve two masters. That's it. Devil or angel. Angel, it's every time. But the devil gets the bag. Okay, I'm going to go ahead and need that one time. Yeah, I'll hold. Right? I don't know what I'm going to do at that point in time. But anyways, you can't serve two masters, man. You got to do what you got to do. And that's just the way it is. If you have talent, man, that's like throwing it away in the garbage. Now, I don't know the whole get down, and none of us know, except for the people that were in that carro or the people that were around that area that know. Barrio business, right? Why exactly he was murked, right? Why exactly people shot at him, allegedly. Why exactly, you know, in the Colorado Springs area, he was hit. You know, it could have been anything. It might not even been gangbanging. See, people automatically assume because they're a gang member, they got golden pinchy tattoos on their face, South and the South Side, and that it's automatically gang related. But most time it isn't. Usually it's over a bitch, right? Or a bag. And people are feeling some type of way. Or some, hey, that's not about the right thing. Thinks he's bad and shit. You know what I mean? To what degree? I don't know. But they get off, right? Where they're mad at. So it could have been anything. It's very unfortunate. It's nothing to make fun of. You know, because a real person lost their real life that was really talented, that could have put on for our people. You know, you never know who you lose before you lose them. Nobody knew Tupac was going to be Tupac. Nobody knew Nip was going to be Nip. Nobody knew Marvin Gaye was going to be Marvin Gaye. And his dad said, fuck, you ain't going to be Marvin Gaye no more, right? And you just never know when they're young what they can aspire to or what they can achieve in life. And by doing it as a brown person or a black person or a white person, it doesn't matter. It's like we do it together, I said, for power, right? Get down, Travieso, get down, right? You know what I mean? So I was scared. We want to all do it together, and we want to live vicariously through them, because when they're achieving, we're achieving as a gente. You know, because we always say, oh, fuck, we don't get no love in the game, in the rap game. We don't get no love over here, no love. But when people are getting love, Sasuke, we tear each other down instead of lifting them up. Unfortunately, I've seen it happen many, many times. It happens in Sacramento all the time. You know, a lot of the young upcoming rappers that are very talented, that are really putting on, you know what I mean? They're out there in the streets. The politics get even realer than, I guess, the rap game, right? Oh, it's been like that. Menudo. And it's just sad. So when I see people like Little Travieso and so many others that have succumbed to gang violence or shootings or violence in any nature, it's a sad thing. It's a sad day. Now, like I said, we don't know the backstory, and I'm sure it'll come out eventually. The streets talk. To what degree of talking? The highest degree. Everybody, there's people right there in his lottery that already know why. The who's, why's, what, where's, and whens. You know, the 5 W's. They know. Whether it be put out there or not, that's up to them. Again, man, I don't ask that you put out there anything that you shouldn't. It's just a fact. But someone like Lil Travieso, man, that a lot of people didn't know about. There's a lot of people that didn't know about him because he was from Colorado. There's a lot of people that didn't know about him because he was a Southside rapper. They keep themselves in a box, man. And that's a fact. When you're, the representamos of the Southside is real, right? Same thing with the Norteños. When you put yourself in a caja, in a box, man, not a lot of people hear about you. Those that do and respect you, if you're able to jump outside that box, Holmes, and really handle it and make waves, wow, respect. You got the ultimate respects because not a lot of people do that. You know, for a lot of years, people like fucking Night Owl, man, they were like Southern-based Chicano rap. You know, that's all I listened to them. Up north, you know, you just happen to fucking see them and say, I'm good. Who's there about to enter the Night Owl? I say, orale, fuck it, I'm going to bump it. Right, one time, shh, don't tell nobody. Right, and it was bomb. Okay, and the same thing went on for a lot of years down south. I've met a lot of Southsiders nowadays. We chop it up. He's like, hey, I ain't gonna lie, hey, I was off that fucking Woody. You know what I mean? It's just a matter of time. I was like, orale. And they're like, hey, Darkroom Familia too. That motherfucker had the CRN the granca, right? Hell yeah, brown pride, love, right? And from the barrio with love. And that's just how it was. Of course, motherfuckers can't put it out there because then the people are going to feel some type of ways. Like, why you fucking with them vatos, right? You know, we don't get along with them. I didn't know that we didn't get along. You know, puto. Yeah, I guess I did know, right? And that's just how it is. So it's like that. But when you see nowadays, we're speaking on nowadays, that was back then, when you see these young upcoming rappers, man, falling by the wayside, man, getting hit left and right. It's a sad situation. When's it going to stop? When we're going to stop tearing down our own people? Now, I ain't going to say it was our own people that did this. It could have been anybody. It could have been a motherfucker having a bad day, and he set it off like Queen Latifah, right? But at the same time, the ultimate end goal and the ultimate ending of this was another young rapper, Lil Travieso, rest in peace, man, is now resting in peace. Sad game, right? So anyways, I touched on it because people wanted me to touch on it. Yeah, I've kept up with his career. You know, like I said, Mama tried as a slap, right? I bump it all. I'm about to bump it right now when I'm done with this. My mama did try. Shit, but I fucked up anyways. I always reflect back on that. Menudo, right? But I continue to be the good son that I got to be. But you know what I'm saying is these young rappers, don't matter where you're from, man. I don't care if you're brown, black, white. It's of no consequence to me, man. I think it's unfortunate when they come up short, man, when the talent is wasted, all because of the streets. You know, the streets are dirty, man. Nowadays, the streets will get you. You know, back in the days, man, we was worried about the streets too. Like, damn, these motherfuckers out here got the choppy chop. Right now, they got the choppy chop, chop. Right nowadays, it's chop shop time. It's different. They'll take you. Hey, you can't even fucking leave the scene of the crime. Orderly, I gotta go. They just stole your Cadillac converter. What the fuck, right? What the fuck? Motherfuckers can't even get away from the scene of the crime. It's like you go in there to hit a bank, you come out, and your shit won't start. They done took your flux capacitor. You can't go back to the future. It's ugly. Anyways, with that being said, man, rest in peace to Lil Travieso. It's very unfortunate, man. Another passing, another young Chicano, man, that's gone. And I know we'll be back here again. You know, and that's the cool part about it is we will be back here again. It's sad. Who's next? It goes in threes. With that being said, I hope that you move smooth with a purpose. I hope that you get everything that you want coming to you. Remember, at the end of the day, man, go out there and separate that gang shit from real life and reality, man. Go out there for your familia. Do what you got to do, man. You know, so much, man. So much respect goes out to his familia. Condolences to his people, his barrio, all the gente around that supported and are fans of that man. All I can say is, man, you know, it's ugly out there. It is definitely ugly. With that being said, man, please hit that like and subscribe if you fuck with your boy. If not, you can hit that thumbs down. Heavy is the head that wears guns crown. I'm going to continue to strive and struggle for what I truly believe in, and that is the unity of all people. It doesn't matter where you're from, bro. At this point, it's like, it doesn't fucking matter. I told you guys a long time ago. You don't believe me, huh? Well, it don't. Unless you're whack 100. Then it does. I don't like you, puto. Bang, bang. On power.